Hi, this is Lori, and I'm going to walk through a couple steps on how to access the Illinois Administrative Code using Westlaw, and then I will show you where you can find the Illinois Register via the Illinois Secretary of State's office. You are familiar with how to research the Code of Federal Regulations from last week's assignment and instruction. And the only difference really in the steps, I should say there aren't any differences in the steps, you're just using a different database. Certainly if you have a citation or you're researching by words, you can use the search box. Anytime you're researching by words only, you need to make sure that you are in the appropriate database. Otherwise, you're going to end up researching your words in numerous databases. I don't know why this isn't working for me right now. But that is what you would use to narrow down your search, and then you can then click on the drop-down menu for the different jurisdictions. And that's what I mean by databases. For the Illinois Administrative Code, we can get there one of two ways. We could go through state materials and then click on Illinois, and then find the Illinois regulations. That's one way. And if we run an office, we would probably have the Illinois page saved as our initial logon page. The other way, if you're on the home page, and I don't know, here we go. You click on regulations and then scroll down to Illinois, and now you are directly in the Illinois Administrative Code. You can search all content, you can specify which content to search, and you can narrow down your word search. Whenever you're using Westlaw, you see the little eye there that gives you some additional information about the database that you are researching. If you have additional questions about where you are. In the Illinois regulations, these are the rules that have already been enacted. So this is where all of the Illinois Administrative Agency's rules and regulations are published. You know by now, you should know, if you click on any of the hyperlinks, that allows you to browse through the information that you have. There's a Title II, which has all the different Illinois administrative agencies organized to talk about their missions and rulemaking. However, additional information about those individual agencies will also be under the different titles. Just like the Federal Code of Regulations, the Illinois regulations are also organized by title. So we went to veterans and military affairs, and now we're just browsing around Vietnam Veterans Compensation, responsibilities of the department, and then you find the actual language of the Illinois Administrative Code. This is the citation. You're citing to the title, to the abbreviation of the code, and that particular section of the code. Section 104.20, the title is responsibilities of the department, and here's the actual language of the code. That pretty much is what you need to know on how to get to the Illinois Administrative Code. Otherwise, because of last week's instruction, you do now know how to find source by words, and if you have a citation. You can certainly browse through this by section. You can also click on the table of contents to further browse within the regulations. You can download this as a PDF file. You can change your preferences in terms of font and the size of your view. I don't think I've mentioned that before. You can email it, download it, put it in a Dropbox, and so forth. If you are looking for the pending rules and regulations, you want to visit the Illinois Secretary of State's website, and that is where we have where Illinois has the Illinois Register. Remember, the registers are the pending rules and regulations, or the most current rules and regulations. So this is the most current one, which is April 8th, 2016. And you get the idea here. This is a 606-page document, but you can find this at the Illinois Secretary of State's website. That pretty much is all I have for the discussion. I should say that's all I have this week about researching the Illinois Administrative Code. I will note that we are reaching our final stages of our class, and as I mentioned last week in an announcement, you have a homework assignment this week and some presentations that your classmates are presenting, so please make sure that you respond to that. I know that you're anxious to get your current affairs and FOIA requests posted. I'm not releasing those discussion boards until we're closer in time to those discussions, because I do not want to encourage students to really work ahead or work too much ahead of time, and that is sometimes what happens in an online course. If material is released too early, the students try to do a whole lot and get ahead, sometimes weeks at a time, and I want to discourage that, especially while you're still working on responding to your classmates for their presentation. And so this week we are wrapping up our final class presentations, and then, as you note, because you're actually seeing this in the view that I do have your current affairs assignment will be in your view Thursday, and then Thursday of next week your FOIA request discussion will be in your view. Details about those assignments are uploaded under your assignments. Under the 3 major assignment projects, you have information about your FOIA request, your current affairs request, and there's a video where I commented on those assignments as well. I do know that in some of your presentations, some of you kind of did your FOIA request assignment, but you still have to do it as a separate assignment. So if you can edit your video, you can do that, or whatever approach you want to take, but you still have to upload something for your FOIA request and for your current affairs project. Do note that for your current affairs assignment, you do not have to do a capture video. You don't have to capture yourself in a video as you did for your presentation. You can, though, or you do have to use some visual component in addition to so you can draft a PowerPoint. You can use a Prezi, you can do a video if you like, you can use some images, but it has to be more than just text. It can't just be written information. You need to use some sort of visual aid to go along with that. However, your FOIA request does require a video posted to Blackboard, so you do have to do another short presentation about your FOIA request as it relates to your administrative agency presentation, unless for some reason you ended up doing a FOIA request to an agency other than the one you did for your presentation. And I know for various reasons a couple students may have done that based on some challenges that arose with the FOIA request. With that being said, in the next couple of weeks, we'll have to start preparing for your final exam, and that will lead us to the end of our class together. So we have this week, which is researching the Illinois rules and regulations. Next week, current affairs, and then the FOIA request the week after that. And then the week right before finals, I'll have a review about the final exam. The final exam will be in your view. You can prepare for that, and then it will be due during finals week. So that gives you an idea how to wrap up this class. I hope that you find that with the workload as we approach the end of the term, that you don't feel overwhelmed with major projects due in this particular class. I think that's it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please contact me, but otherwise, good luck.